Last week we spoke about the Redemption Day. We were not really able to cover much information about this enormous topic, but the person must put his mind into this big question. What's the purpose of our lives? What really we're doing here? And many of us, the majority, definitely the majority of the world, are not even trying to figure out that deep question and just throwing it away behind their backs and just moving forward with their fears, with their desires, with their pressures, their obligations, and not even trying to focus and to come to a real solid understanding about the true purpose of our being. Even the ones who are claiming to be religious and to have a spiritual purpose in their lives, I'm wondering if they put their real thought and heart on that to try to figure out what really is the purpose of religion. Like, why are you supposed to be observant, and why that the maker of the world will call you and guide you and command you and send you to missions. Many books are trying to bring information on that question and to put explanations to pour some light on that topic. But with all due respect to all the amazing authors and righteous ones who wrote them, the answers are not clear, because even after you're going to read that book, and for a moment, for a day, for a week, you get some clarification, some understanding. It's not something that you life and to run for 120 years with that strong, most powerful battery to cross all life challenges by that amazing book you read or the class you heard. They're not enough to wake us up from that deep sleep place and darkness that we are stuck, covered under layers on layers on layers of husks and coverings that are shading our eyes, that are blocking our, allowing us to understand what our life mission really is. So one will tell you to serve HaShem. What does it mean? To keep Torah and mitzvot. Okay, so I'm waking up in the morning, so I'm going to the synagogue. Okay, so I'm putting tefillin. Okay, so I'm eating kosher food, so I'm keeping Shabbat. Where is the pleasure? Where is the joy? Where is the satisfaction? Where is the great energetic power that everyone are talking about? You cannot easily just find it if you go to shul. You cannot just simply find it if you kept Shabbat. The Shabbat can be very boring. Kosher food can be very bad for your stomach, can hurt your systems badly. You can do things that will seem to be like the right path, and to find yourself kicked out to the outskirts of reality, looking for a way back to sanity, to live normal life. Like people are getting married in shidduchim. They say, okay, I'm going to choose the path of HaShem. Everyone are saying shidduchim, shidduchim. You need to just count on your rabbi. He will tell you who to marry to. You need to count on your parents. You need to count on the community, to count on HaShem, counting on HaShem, getting into a house with a new person in life, the most important person suddenly he became to be. And you don't really have no background, no understanding, and you can find yourself that you got married with a great crazy person who will destroy your life, just gonna shred you to pieces just because that he is crazily narcissistic, like self-centered in ways that are not even meant to be healed. Just a crazy roadblock that is crashing everything around. Okay, so what are we doing? The person must understand that life is a real mystery, and anyone who desires to find the truth must put the effort and sacrifice himself in that journey to find the truth of HaShem. And again, those are not just words, because everyone can say, find the truth of HaShem. The question is, what are you doing with those words? And in that, everything depends. In how you will take those words and what you will do with them, and how much effort you will put into what you do, and how much intention. Now, many of the righteous people said that the maker of the universe created the world because he wanted to reveal his unconditional love, his mercy, his kindness, his loving kindness on us, his great grace and glory. But in reality, we look to the sides of our lives. It's a big shame what goes on. Big disgrace, such darkness, so much pain. People are suffering tremendous pain, even from their own parents, even from their own siblings, even like without beginning going out of their houses, before having relationship with people, before finding school. Children are already being molested in their own homes. Like, what are you going to do with that? How will we deal with such severe darkness that is cracking and breaking houses and tearing families, destroying spirits and feelings and like spiritual bodies, emotional bodies of little kids? How will we confront darkness that is so severe when we want to believe in a loving and kind maker that created the world to reveal his love and to show his compassion? When we see that like people are being eaten alive, people are being destroyed while trying to breathe. So the answer is that now we are pinned down in exile, and we are stuck and forced to stay in a very dark place. And in that place, light can barely be seen. There is barely a way for the person to hold on to life, to connect himself to any positive source of energy, and to walk with it forever. There's barely a chance for a person to be able to do so, because each morning the darkness is attacking us again, and each night super storms of fear and pressure and depression and terror are attacking us. If it's in the news, if it's with people, if it's while walking in the streets, if it's after locking our houses, if it's after checking if we really locked our houses in the 7th time before we go to sleep, and on and on and on and on and on. So the evil inclination is attacking the person from inside and out, and does not give him the chance to ventilate and to really hold himself into that channel of light that will refresh, restore, fix, help recovering our mental body, for us to be people of light, for our souls really to shine. So in that place of horrible exile, there is barely a chance that the person will be able to grasp what life purpose is and what his life purpose is, because Anytime you try, in every moment that you just try to make one step, you have millions of challenges, of distractions, of things step into that journey of cleansing and purifying, attaching yourself to HaShem. But our faith, that is the light of the moon that is represented in that light of the moon. That light of the moon is shining a certain amount of light that is enough for us to see our path in the darkness, but not enough to make the night into a day. It's not as strong as the sun light that shines the world in such powerful light that reject darkness to the sides completely and does not leave no place for dark that are standing behind us to remind us that darkness can appear, but they're not complete darkness, they're only shades. But at night, you can barely see the light. You have enough light to survive, to make it from one place to the other, but not really to see. So the faith is in the night like the light of the moon to the person who walks. And the night is dangerous, and the light is life-saving, the light of the moon. And in the night of the exile, the dangers are plenty, and the light of the moon is our only lifeline. So the person must strengthen himself in faith, in emunah, like the verse is saying, ve'emunatcha balelot, and the faith will stand there for you at nights, for you as a tool for the nights, for you to know what to do and how to handle the nights. And the faith is reminding us that the day of redemption is about to come. Because when the day of redemption will come, then the night will become equal to the day in its power of illumination. The reflection of the moon will no longer be weaker than the illumination of the sun, just that the moon will shine its own light, and our nights will become brighter and brighter. Means that our faith, the faith that we were holding on to in hours of exile, will be confirmed as truth. And we will not have that need to believe anymore, just that the night will shine as the day. Means that our faith, that was that weak light, will be bright as the light of the sun, as the light of knowledge. If I'm standing now in front of you and I'm telling you, Shalom Aleichem, I am Rav Dror, you don't need to believe me on that. You know that already. You watched enough of my videos. You signed up to the Emunah Circle, to the learning program. You have your connection with me. You saw the banners, you saw the stickers, you saw the flyers, you saw the classes advertisements. You know, this is Rav Dror. You don't need to believe me when I say I'm Rav Dror. But if I will tell you that I am now holding something very special in my hand, and when I open my hand, you'll see that beautiful thing. Now you need to believe, because you don't know if I'm just saying that as an example or if I'm really holding something in my hand. You don't have a clue. Yes, it's in my hand. It's in your hand now to think if to believe me or not. Faith is in the night. Means that faith, the power of faith, is in the areas of the unknown, where you don't know, where you're not sure, That's where faith is needed. In places that you already know, you don't need faith. In the daytime, you don't need the light of the moon. It will not help you. If the sun is in the sky and also you can see the moon, you're not enjoying the illumination of the moon in that time. Because in days that you cannot see the moon, you have the same amount of light. The light of the sun is already covering for the amount that the moon can supply. So the light of the moon is not considered as much and enough even to make any effect during the day. So in the time of redemption, when the faith will rise and our faith will be confirmed as truth, means that everything that we believed in until now will be seen as solid and true, then we will not need the faith anymore. Our faith will rise to the level of knowledge, and people will have Emunah Bada'at, faith in the mind. Our mind will understand everything that we believe, and our faith will be perfect. It means that we will see evidence to the fact that everything we believed in times of exile and darkness was confirmed to be of truth. So in the time of redemption, we will enjoy all the fruits of our labor, of all the thousands of years of exile. So if you believed in the past, in the days of exile, in the days of darkness, that one day Mashiach will come. So in the future, you will see that Mashiach came. And if you believe now in hours of darkness, that in the future, there's going to be a third temple that will be built from heaven in Yerushalayim, and it will be called the house of prayer for all nations, and all 70 nations, millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people, billions of people will march and come to the house of HaShem, and will all stand there together. That faith of yours will be confirmed as truth, and you will find yourself standing in that amazing position with billions of people all around you, standing in the mountain of HaShem, accepting the face of HaShem, and all together united as one, calling HaShem in His name. And if you believed in the years of exile that the redemption will be of 1,000 years of eternal, never-ending prosperity and spiritual growth, satisfaction with no end, pleasure with no limit, to the happiness and joy and gratitude of us all, you will see that faith confirmed as truth in the future to come, in the day of redemption. And you will experience 1,000 years of redemption, surrounded with all your loved ones, that in the time of redemption, we will rise, and by the mercy of HaShem, will be uplifted from all the physical limitations like body and size and weight and space, and also the limitations of time will be cancelled and dissolve and melt and disappear from the world. So then in that redemption, you'll be free from all those limitations, and you will become to be in your mind so spiritual and free that you'll be able to experience and to grasp millions and millions of aspects in the same time. And your awareness will be open wide for all flowing positive information that will come from four wings of the universe right towards you, to satisfy you, to increase your wisdom, to support your knowledge, to feed your thirsty soul and spirit with all the knowledge and greatness of our Maker that your heart desired in the thousands of years of exile as a soul and as a person. And if you believed in of the dead, and that all the true, honest, and righteous people, men and women from all 70 nations, and especially from the nation of Israel, will rise in the resurrection of the dead and will stand united as one to affirm that HaShem is one, and that His name is one, and that He is the blessed present, that He is the light of all life forms, that He is the maker, the creator, the goodness itself. You will find yourself standing in that stand, in that time, surrounded with Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. You will see them face to face. Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Chava Imenu, and Adam Arishon, Metushelach, Noach, all the sages, the Tanaim, the Amoraim, the Baal Shem Tov and his students, all the great righteous people of all generations, the Ari HaKadosh, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes, Rabbi Akiva, all those sages, all the righteous ones, all the Admorim, all the Tzaddikim, all the ones who went into the horrible, horrible fire of the camps and the brothers' graves in the forests and in the loneliest roads, the ones who lost their religion in hours of pain, the ones who lost their relatives and their loved ones, the one who lost themselves. If you felt for those people and your faith was that they should all rise and shine, and they are meant to be redeemed, you will see the redemption. כל הבוכה על ירושלים, על חורבנה, זוכה לשמוח בבניינה. Any person who was ever crying for the destruction of Jerusalem will have the merit to be happy when it shall be rebuilt. So if you were crying for people who lost their faith, who lost their religion, who lost their connection, who lost their life, you will see their joy when their life will be restored. And you will be a witness for their redemption because you cared. If in the Memorial Day for the Holocaust sacrifices, you are crying even once for millions of people, those tears will be witnesses for you, and they will claim with righteousness, with justice, for you to have the merit to see the 6 million Jewish souls that were slaughtered for free coming back to life and coming to join the complete redemption. Tyranny and evil, and you are crying that lie will disappear from the world and that innocent people will not be hurt anymore, that no darkness will be able to force no kind of positive and good and gentle light and crash it down to the ground and make it hurt. And you are crying for that not to happen. You will see the day of redemption. You will be the maker of the universe coming and slaughtering the evil inclination, taking him and removing him away from our life for good, getting rid of the angel of death and all his forces, taking all the Amalekites and their soldiers and slaughtering them one by one and taking them down into places that sounds cannot be heard from there, and their scream will never be shut, and we will never hear them again, because they will go down to places of doom, of darkness, of eternal death, and we will not be in those places anymore. We will not feel no pain. We will not experience no sorrow. We will not have part with those villains, with those evil entities that were enjoying seeing pain on our faces. But our faces will rise and shine. Our faces will be full of joy because everyone will see what that his eyes were looking for thousands of years of exile. And it happened in the time of redemption. And this is why the purpose of it should be to bring us all to that time of redemption. There's no purpose here except for making another step towards complete redemption, because there is nothing here. There is nothing here. It does not matter a thing if you own a house or if you're renting it. If you bought your car, you're leasing it. If anything in your life is going on track as you think that it's supposed to, or that the maker of the universe sent you to do something else elsewhere for a certain while, for his grace, for his honor, in a mission, for a hidden purpose that still cannot understand and comprehend. But the maker, he knows exactly what to do and who to send, where, when, why, and for what. And he's sending us as troopers, as soldiers, into the darkest places, under the heaviest layers of despair, for us to scream from those places, for us to swim out of the oceans of sadness and depression and despair, for us to pull ourselves out of the darkness of the loneliest hours, for us to fight for freedom, to fight for justice, to fight for goodness, to appear. And our mission is just to be the ones that we are. And we just need to appreciate ourselves for who that we are, and not to let the darkness take over by making us lose our faith, that short amount of light that is still reviving us in the dark. And we just need to hold on ourselves to that light, to the light of faith. And you're going to ask, which is explain faith? What do you mean? What is that faith? The beginning of faith is the faith in yourself. That you believe in yourself, that the Maker created you worthy for his love. If he loves you and if he gives you life, it means that there is something very special inside of you that he found precious enough to speak with, to hint, to call, to hug, to embrace, to call again, to hint again, to touch your life in so many ways, to show you his amazing personal supervision on your life, that you're talking about something and you see an evidence that there is a voice that hears your thoughts, that you're thinking about someone and he's just calling you, that you're thinking about someone and he's texting you right away, that you're dreaming to find an inspirational book and suddenly you get a message online, or you find that book in a bookcase, or something old in the bookcase of your grandmother suddenly appears and shines just for you, the bit you were looking for, the source of inspiration that your heart was desiring. The Maker of the universe, he works in mysterious ways, and he is shining his light towards us. And the beginning of our faith is for us to understand that he is with us. And he never went nowhere. Our awareness went on a journey of forgetfulness, of sadness, of depression, of despair. And we just need to uplift ourselves from that place and to pull ourselves out of the darkness to places of true hope, true faith, and with that to reach the highest levels of prosperity and great success. The beginning of faith is to believe in ourselves, that we are worthy for the love of HaShem. The next level of faith is to believe that HaShem, he listens to our prayers, that he cares for us. The beginning is, I am worthy, I can serve him, and he is here with me. That's the second stage. It begins with me. It does not begin with him. It began with him in the beginning of creation when he sent the light towards us. But after we crashed completely down to the ground and lost our direction, then our path, that comeback that is needed, the tshuva path, to start again, start over, must start within ourselves. So it's an inner awakeness. Therefore, you need to believe in yourself and you need to find yourself. And to find yourself is not to go and look into books to read and learn about yourself. To learn and find yourself is just to be honest enough and brave enough to deal with who that you are. To say, yes, I have my sides, I have my downfalls, I have my weaknesses, I have my falling points in my life, I have my failures. I'm crashing in A, in B, in C. I'm crashing at 8 a.m., at 9 a.m., at 12, at 1, at 3, at 7, at night. All the time I'm able to fall, to crash. When a person is honest to admit the truth, that he has his downfalls, then he is a vessel to be able to enjoy his qualities and his amazing, amazing good traits and talents and treasures that are treasured within him. The humility of understanding who you are in body allows you to find who you are in soul. When your body is humble, you're living with them, you're not denying them, you're not running away from them. Oh no, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm going to do that, I have to change myself, I'm going to change my... Trust me. After 20 years of tshuva, I'm telling you, it's not so easy to change. It's not happening so fast. The main changes are changes in the... to be an angry person, to change that, not to be upset so fast. It's a matter of life. It's a lifetime of effort to go out from darkness to light. But the way to make those changes one day at a time is to, first of all, accept the fact that you are an angry person, that you are an explosive person, that you are not controlling yourself. Stop justifying yourself and pretending to be someone that you're not. And with this humble attitude of accepting your reality and embracing your lackings, taking responsibility for them, admitting them, doing tshuva on them, confessing, apologizing, you're creating a vessel to contain the light of your special, most beautiful and unique soul that will shine out of your humble vessel. And suddenly you're going to find yourself that even though that you're upset in this situation or in that, you are a very, very calm and relaxed person in different situations, that you have a lot of patience for some people in certain situations in a way that is very impressive and maybe even inspirational for others. And you can become a source of inspiration for people exactly on those points that you're full of lackings in them. And you cannot understand how can that be. Moshe, that he is the person who taught us in the highest level of them all, how to be patient, how to wait, how to keep on praying for everyone, how never to go without leaving no one behind. And our father and our teacher and our brother and our leader and he took care of us in any possible way. And he was the person who failed 5 times in 5 failures during his lifetime, in one sin, in one crime, anger. Moshe was angry 5 times that are mentioned in the Bible. 5 times he was angry, and he was even punished not to enter to the land of Israel, the dream of his life, because he was angry, because he was hitting the rock instead of talking to it. It was an act of anger, of rage. So the person who taught us how to be patient, how to talk to HaShem, how to talk to each other, how not to fight with our siblings, don't hit your friend. He was talking to us on this and that, was teaching us, helping us to learn on HaShem, to teach us faith, to teach us all good attributes. He was the one that failed in the same ones. Avraham Avinu, that for years and years was teaching people not to sacrifice their children to those idols that were so-called demanding their slaves, their worshippers, to sacrifice their children. And suddenly the voice from above is calling him and telling him, hey, Avraham, bring your child, Yitzchak, and let's sacrifice him to me on the mountain. Like, what? The opposite of all his teachings, the exact opposite of everything he did all his lifetime was demanded by him, by the Maker. The Maker of the universe is bringing the light out of the humble vessels. So the main beginning is to embrace ourselves and to accept ourselves and to work step by step, day by day, to correct ourselves, to complete ourselves, to accept ourselves, to deal with ourselves. And with that search after the truth, taking responsibility and coming to be okay with ourselves, our souls can start shining. The light of our souls can shine. The purpose of our lives is to believe that the redemption that each and every one of us are hoping for is the redemption that will take place in the near future to come. The redemption is the purpose of our lives. Our lives are not for our work here. Our work here is for a purpose. And that purpose is that all the moments that we ever experienced in our lives shall be redeemed. That the redemption that will take place in the future will hit waves free from the limitation of time, to redeem all the moments who ever took place. Because every moment in reality is an eternal moment. And the fact that our souls are traveling in time from one moment to the next, the moment to the next, the moment that we experienced earlier is gone. It's gone to moment. But in reality, any of those moments are eternal. They're all standing in front of HaShem. If I'm standing now in front of HaShem, HaShem can see me forever. And if now I'm standing in front of HaShem, so also now HaShem can see me forever. And not only HaShem can see me forever. If I'm standing now and looking at HaShem, I am now looking at HaShem forever. I will have an eternal reward for that eyesight forever, because I was looking for HaShem. So I shall be rewarded eternally for that mitzvah that I kept in ways that cannot be paid in this temporary world, in this lifetime, because of this world's structure and limitation. But in the world to come, when the peel shall be removed and the truth will be exposed, that everything is spiritual and flat and open wide and eternal, then any of the moments that ever took place since the beginning of time shall be redeemed. And the ones who were worthy to be redeemed in any of their life moments will experience the redemption in that and in the next moment as well, and in all the moments of our lives. And as souls that are traveling from this world in one generation to this world again in another generation, and being reformed into bodies over and over again, maybe even 60 or 70 lifetimes we can experience, and we have been, we shall experience the redemption in all the moments that we ever experienced as souls inside bodies, in all the lifetimes that we were ever created in. And not only in those, just also as witnesses, like we explained before, in the moments of redemption of all our beloved ones. Means that if in one of your lifetimes you were praying for someone to be redeemed and you were crying for the troubles of those people, and now the redemption came, and by the merit of you, fruits of your labor, and this is how eternal and endless and gigantic is the reward of a person in the world to come and in the time of redemption. So stay tuned. There is much to wait for, and it's going to be super amazing. And that's the purpose of our lives. And not just to wake up in the morning and to do this and that. To do this and that with the intention of waiting for the great redemption to take place is the purpose of our lives. Thank you very much. You must go through darkness to be able to see the light. There is no other way. Okay, this is questions and answers night. Shoot. Yes, David. Sweet David.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom uvracha.
My question, I was doing Hitbot to do it earlier, and I was praying for people, I guess, for the generation. And I got to like a really inspiring place of just like, yeah, we're going to do this and that, and all these incredible, I got to a really good place. And then at the same time, I realized like just how far people are from just even the ideas that I'm talking about, and the lusts and the pulls and the desires of this world that I know I'm Baal Tshuva, like I've been through it, and it got me to realize like, whoa, like there's so much that needs to be done, and there's so much more to go. And I don't know, like, I guess my question, which is like formulating as I'm speaking, is the redemption, I guess, contingent on divine revelation for people to wake up? Or do you think it's possible for people to wake up before divine revelation?
I think that most of us will admit that the chance for us to be corrected before redemption is so lousy that we're gonna just say no way in the world that we can correct ourselves before time of redemption. And there's no chance in the world that redemption depends in our complete correction as a term for its being, because we're just like crashing worse and worse in each day. So like, how can that be a term for its happening? So The fact that in general we cannot see ourselves correcting does not mean that we're not correcting though. Why? Because each day you have missions, and the missions are in places that are like gray, that are in between, twilight zone areas. And over there in those dark places, you need to do like, you have a list of million things. But the truth is that if you achieve 5 a day, so you're being upgraded to the next day, to the next level, to the next stage. And you just need to achieve, let's say, 5 a day, 10 a day, okay? Now, it's out of hundreds. So you can see yourself rising from one day to the next, and thank God, collecting another 5 or 10 each day and moving to the next. But you can also look and see, whoa, I dropped 95. I dropped 995. I dropped so many. Like I failed. Yesterday I failed. I dropped more than I picked. But that was not your mission. Your mission was not to pick 100. Your mission was to pick 5 out of 100. And you did it. So every day is a great day of success. To our eyes, when they're going dark, when they're going negative, it seems as if darkness is surrounding us and we cannot do it, and we are failing, and we have failed, and on and on and on. And we have so many more things to correct and so many more things to fix. But it's not the truth, because the Creator is not demanding you to correct all the things that need to be corrected. It's just demanding you to put the effort each day to do the maximum you can. And more than you can, you can't. So while the world are busy in collecting their 5 each day, we are coming closer and closer to the redemption day, because let's say that we need to collect 1 million in a lifetime, okay? Every day, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 10, 10. Now, one person made it in 30 lifetimes. One person collected it in 20 lifetimes. One person is like so slow that it takes him 97 lifetimes, and he's almost there, but he's so slow that he's barely collecting 2 a day. But in one day, everyone will hit the bottom of their search and will uplift the last spark of their journey. And in one moment, everyone will have 1 million in their pockets. But you cannot see that, because for you, you were that slow guy that was barely able to collect 2. And today you barely lift that 1, but it was the last one. So you made it. So it's a very mysterious path, but we're all making it. And the maker of the universe is supervising on us all to achieve the completion in a synchronized perfection with all the rest of our beloved ones, to the same moment in time that we will all be qualified to accept and embrace the light of redemption in perfection. Thank you, David. Yes. Cindy, please.
Hi, Rav. Thank you so much. Thank you for your share today. I wanted to know how you can undo fear. Like if you were raised in an environment of fear and a lot of anger, then you have that in your soul. How do you get that out of yourself?
So I will tell you, there is no way to get rid of fear without being afraid. Okay? You have to fear your fear. You must go into it and confront it. But if you will do it while running away from it, so it will keep on chasing you. But if you will do it just like that, standing tall and confronting it and like saying, okay, what's next? then you'll be able to pass through it and it will not come back. So the way is to strengthen yourself in confidence and to strengthen yourself into that simple belief that Hashem is with you and that you are able to succeed and to make it happen. And when you will do so, all your dreams will come true and all your fears will melt and disappear, and you'll find yourself crossing and rising from one level to the next. You understand?
I understand what you're saying. I do confront my fear. The fear is personified in the way that my parents are. Well, now they're both in rehab, but there's other members of my family that they have taken on this position of anger, and I do try to confront them and I do try to deal with it, and it just doesn't seem to get any better. I don't know if I'm something like, if it's something that in me that brings it out in people, or that's not the case at all. I don't know. Like, what does Hashem want me to do in these situations?
I think that people are choosing that path in their lives, and you should continue in honest work to get rid of your fears and your anxieties, and just to overpower your courage and your strength and your hope and your faith on all your fears and on all your darkness.
Right.
And to find better ways to rise and shine and to succeed. And you are able to do that. Wait 1 second, because I'm trying to understand what to do, because Hillary's power went down, so she cannot continue managing this wonderful class of ours, so I need to see what to do. In general, if you will allow yourself to do the maximum that you can each day, you will definitely get to that place of complete happiness, finally, that you'll be able to overpower all your fears. You just need not to be afraid of them as much as you are. You need not to allow them into your heart so badly for them to damage you when they're there. You're just, okay, I am afraid now, but I'm okay with that fear. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of pressure. I don't like it. But that's what I need to go through. And then you can start talking about it with Hashem. Do I really need to be so scared? Do I really need to be so terrified? Or maybe I can go through it. Maybe I am able to cross it. Maybe I am able to win, and to try to find your way out.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rav.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
So I am letting you know that I don't have a clue how to finish our wonderful conversation. I hope Hillary will find herself in somehow and close this wonderful talk. Thank you so much for joining us. May Hashem bless you with much, much happiness and truth in your lives, and for it to shine, for you to find the right way, and to find true happiness and comfort in your lives. Tomorrow, Bezat Hashem, we're going to have another live conversation with books. We're going to read tomorrow, Bezat Hashem, and on Tuesday, we're going to have the conversation with Rabbi Ira Michelson and Rod Bryan from Nativ Center. So Bezat Hashem, you're more than welcome to join us. And more to come, great things, Bezat Hashem. So thank you everyone so much for joining, and may Hashem increase his light and will reveal us all. Emunah Project is a non-profit organization. To support this work, please make a purchase from our online store or donate through Emunah.com. Thank you. My new book, Return to Your Root, is now on Amazon and Emunah.com.